What's new?
A whole lot.
Number 10. April Ludgate gets Andy Dwyer's music. While not the show's funniest unscripted moment, this might be the most important. In the season 1 finale, Chris Pratt improvised Andy's brief song about Anne's lamp.
Lamp. Wish you were a lamp that would light up when you get touched.
The lamp Andy describes is similar to one Pratt had recently received. As Andy tries to define his undeniable music, Aubrey Plaza went off book with this line.
So, rock.
Well, again, I don't really like to define it.
I totally get what you mean.
Although this seemed like a throwaway gag at first, it helped shape Andy and April's relationship. According to co-creator Michael Schur, the creative team saw something in that little exchange. It inspired the writers to pair Andy and April in season 2's hunting trip, which eventually led to them becoming a couple.
What's weird about one friend sucking on another friend's neck?
You know, when you put it that way, it doesn't sound that weird at all.
Had it not been for Plaza's ad-lib, who knows where Janet Snakehole and Burt Macklin would be now? Number 9. Leslie Knope answers the door. You'll find throughout this list that Chris Pratt was responsible for a lot of the show's best unscripted moments. Thinking that Anne wants to rekindle their romance, Andy shows up on her doorstep with a bouquet of flowers and 0 clothes, much to Leslie's horror. This bit was written because, as Michael Schur put it, Pratt, quote, loves taking his clothes off.
Like even when you were a kid,
I was always getting naked. I was always getting in trouble for getting naked.
Wanting to get the funniest reaction possible out of Amy Poehler, Pratt decided to ditch the flesh-colored underwear he was given and go the full Monty.
I ran it by the boom mic operator. I was like, dude, should I get naked? He was like...
This unplanned take made it into the show, and the unprepared expression we see on Poehler's face is 100% genuine. Of course, Pratt received a letter from NBC telling him to never pull a stunt like this again.
So I got naked and then they sent me the letter and I framed it. I got it in my office. I love it.
Number 8. Roadhouse reenactment. When Andy forgets to pay the cable bill, he's tasked with entertaining Leslie's donors at a debate viewing party. Amy Poehler, who directed and wrote the episode, asked Pratt what movie Andy should reenact for the unsuspecting guests. Pratt's immediate answer was Roadhouse. After Poehler watched the film, she started writing the scene. She quickly realized, however, that Pratt could probably conceive a funnier recap. In the dressing room, Pratt gave his take on the film, which Poehler basically transcribed.
So Swayze runs, boom, tackles the guy off the motorcycle. Dude's like, "You're dead, bro." Comes at him. Swayze ducks, scissor kick, shot.
Once it came time to shoot, Pratt incorporated several more ideas on the spot, making the scene even funnier.
He's like, "I'm gonna kill you the old-fashioned way." Swayze's like, "Not this time." That subtext, he doesn't say that.
Pratt also recommended reenacting a Rambo movie for a bit that played over the end credits. Once again, Poehler let Pratt run wild.
Nope. Go home. They go home again. Bottom line, they go upriver. Does not go well.
Number 7. Do I look like I drink water? Retta, who portrays Donna Meagle, had been with the show from the very beginning. It wasn't until season 4, though, that she got one of her ad-libs into an episode.
I'll give it up for that.
The episode in question finds Anne leading a crusade for cleaner water fountains. Open to suggestions, Anne calls on Donna for input. More interested in doing her nails, Donna delivers this comeback, courtesy of Retta.
You're gonna stay here and you're gonna help. Donna?
Do I look like I drink water?
The line is reminiscent of something Donna told Anne the previous season at a singles mixer.
We're in the jungle. There are no friends here. It's every woman for herself.
You're joking, right?
Do I look like I'm joking?
We're not sure what Donna was drinking in that scene, but it apparently wasn't water. Number 6. Band names. We all recognize Andy's band as Mouse Rat. Any true Parks and Rec fan knows, though, that the band's name has gone through a lengthy evolution. In this episode, Andy reveals just some of the rock group's former names.
But then we changed it to Mouse Rat. Then we were God Hates Figs, Two Doors Down, Department of Homeland Obscurity.
According to Pratt, roughly half of the band names that Andy lists off were improvised. About 15 or 20 bands were already written in the script. Knowing that they would shoot this scene somewhere down the line, Pratt filled a notebook with approximately 200 band names. After doing a few takes as scripted, Pratt added one of his own band names.
We went back to Mouse Rat, and now we are Scarecrow Boat. God, when I hear myself say Scarecrow Boat out loud, I kind of hate it.
From there, they let him go all out. Pratt had stored a lot of the names in his memory, sharing as many as he could.
Angel Snack. Jet Black Pope.
Number 5. Tammy Swanson goes topless. Chris Pratt isn't the only one who has sporadically stripped down on the show to enhance the comedy. Megan Mullally, who's married to Nick Offerman in real life, made her Parks and Rec debut in this episode as Ron's second ex-wife, Tammy. Various bits between Ron and Tammy were improvised, including some of their fights and bizarre kisses.
We set the bed on fire,
Excuse me, sir.
I did, okay? Is that what you wanted to hear?
Oh, we're fine.
Driving into a motel parking lot, Ron and Tammy start ripping off their clothes before even reaching the room. Although the script didn't call for it, Mullally took her shirt off as she headed inside. Mullally neglected to inform the crew what she had planned.
Les, there are two kinds of women in this world. There are women who work hard and stress out about doing the right thing, and then there are women who are cool.
Since she didn't know anybody and the shoot was at 6 a.m. on a Monday morning, Mullally figured, who cares?
That is so typical. I should have known you'd use a low-blow, dirty pool BS move like that.
Number 4. Stop pooping. Flu Season is one of the show's best episodes, and 2 of its funniest lines weren't even in the script. One of these lines came from Rob Lowe, who usually seems like the epitome of good health as Chris Traeger.
My body is finely tuned like a microchip, and the flu is like a grain of sand. It could literally shut down the entire system.
And finds that Chris is only human when he catches the flu.
My brain is on fire. I'm dying.
Well, you definitely have the flu.
Oh my God. The microchip has been compromised.
Intensely staring into the mirror, Chris delivers a line that's so childish and yet all too relatable.
Stop pooping.
While the line alone is hilarious, it's the painful pause between stop and pooping that makes it one of the show's finest moments. At this point, Lowe was still relatively new to the cast. After immortalizing Chris Traeger with this ad-lib, however, we all knew that he was a keeper. Number 3. Network connectivity problems. This is the other unscripted line from Flu Season that we were talking about. It's also quite possibly the most uproarious improvisation from Pratt, which is saying a lot.
What's new?
A whole lot. Check this out. I just invented it.
As Ben leads a sickly Leslie out of the office, the camera lands on Andy at a computer. Pratt sees the opportunity to contribute this classic moment.
Leslie, I typed your symptoms into the thing up here, and it says you could have network connectivity problems.
From his daft delivery to the strange way he pronounces network connectivity, the ad-lib is pure Andy Dwyer. It's one that connects to the episode's theme as well, working on both a character and storytelling level. Michael Schur considers this the funniest joke in the entire series. As a writer, however, Schur was kind of furious that Pratt came up with such a brilliant line on a whim.
A man after my own heart.
Number 2. Snake Juice. This episode was written by Leslie Knope herself. The cast thus made a bet to see who could get Poehler and director Randall Einhorn to laugh behind the camera. They brought their comedic A-game to this sequence where several characters get plastered on snake juice. Everyone is at their drunkest during a talking heads montage, which overflows with improv gems.
I'm gonna tell you that bitch over there. I'm gonna tell. I don't have to brag.
This includes Aziz Ansari's elephant comment, Adam Scott's Baba Booey line, Chris Pratt's random singing, Aubrey Plaza rapidly speaking Spanish, and Nick Offerman prancing around in April's hat. Poehler's inebriated ad-lib ties more into the central plot regarding Leslie's fight with Anne.
You don't even know one thing. I didn't even say one thing, and then she asked me the whole thing, and I didn't even do it once.
While it's unknown exactly how much the cast made her laugh here, Poehler called the experience, quote, the most fun she's ever had. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Leslie on Russia, all improvised by Poehler.
You know, in Russia, they could pretend that pit was a park. Bring their kids down there. Hey, Vlad, look at these rocks. Let's pretend they're potatoes.
Cleaning up after Leslie, another Amy ad-lib.
I kind of feel like I'm already in the boys club. I mean, Look at those bitches clean up after me.
Reverse psychiatry. Pratt was supposed to say reverse psychology.
Will you just stop and listen to me?
No.
Fine, I don't want to talk to you anyways. Reverse psychiatry.
Number 1, Star Wars Episode 7, Thanos Awakens. Guest starring as a Pawnee historian who wishes to keep the town charter intact, Patton Oswalt was asked to improvise his character's filibuster. Oswalt went above and beyond the call of duty, delivering a ridiculous yet surprisingly well-conceived pitch for the then upcoming Star Wars Episode 7.
Commander Luke Skywalker, now a full Jedi Knight, training new Padawans, is using, ironically, his father Anakin's red lightsaber, which will be a symbolic, I think, visual for his battle.
Oswalt said he was only supposed to fill up 10 seconds. Instead, his filibuster lasted over 8 minutes. Oswalt expected somebody to say cut, but he was allowed to just roll with it.
In front of all the Padawans.
way! Kids aren't gonna like
On the floor,
this.
in front of the Padawans.
Kids are not
Please let me finish, thank you!
Being a half-hour sitcom, the creators naturally couldn't include the whole monologue. They did cherry-pick the most ingenious idea, however, using the reality gem to have the Star Wars universe cross over with the MCU.
If he holds the reality gem, that means he can jump from different realities. This will be our link to the Marvel Universe from the Star Wars universe.
Come on, Disney. Canonize this already.